Yeah, I was trying to simultaneously stream on two different platforms at the same damn time, and for some reason it wasn't working out. So that's okay. I'm when I say I am physically I'm so physically tired. I'm mentally tired. I'm emotionally exhausted. I'm psychologically exhausted. Y'all, I feel like I'm spiritually just drained. Okay. In all facets, I'm tired. Okay. You're back, Fox Galaxy. Thank you so much for coming into the building. How are you doing today on this lovely Friday? I don't know how the weather is where you are, but the weather where I am, it is wet, rainy, and it's been a little what do I want to say? It's been a little chilly today. Like we went from 100-degree temperatures. I literally for the last couple of days we've been in the like 90s, and I'm talking high 90s to the point where it's unbearable heat, y'all, out here in these streets. Till today, rain, no sun. We have clouds and it's wet and dreary outside. My day has been mellow. How has your day been? I guess I can come on camera. Y'all, I need to go get a battery pack for one of my lights. What's good? Angelic Warrior. Angelic Warrior is in the building. Look, let me ask you something, Angelic Warrior. I got a question for you. Where you get that name from? Because I feel like you hijacked your name from me. Oh, and my day was decent. Thanks. I'm so glad your day was decent. Angelic Warrior, where did you get that name from? Inquiring minds want to know. Excuse me. If you hear me coughing, that's a part of what's going on. That's a part of what's going on with me too, right? I feel like they're putting stuff in the air. Not only did I tell y'all that since I was working with the children and that boy came to school with the runny nose, the sniffly nose, and he had that cough. Ever since then, this has been going on with me, and that's been weeks ago. We're all on the same team. Sorry, y'all. I've been clearing my throat all day, all week. That's besides the point. Let's get into it, y'all. I want to talk about, yeah, chemtrails is going on out here. Nice seeing you too, Fox Galaxy. Nice seeing you all in the building, y'all. Y'all, sometimes, let me tell y'all about life. Dearly beloved, there's this thing called life that we're dealing with, right? And I'm sorry that I only have the up and down vertical view because I wanted the horizontal view. I was trying to make both views, but it's not working. You just have this one right here. Y'all, my hair got frizzed up today because when I tell you humidity and rain do not mix well with my hair. This is look at how my hair bushed up, y'all. So for the longest time, I didn't know that this part of my hair had bushed up. So I was and look at my shirt. Look at this. That's besides the point. I'm still here to live another day. Okay? Let's talk about it, y'all. Sorry. Gotta get it out. Gotta get it out. So y'all just excuse all the madness, okay? First of all, let me run it down the line. I didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night. I woke up multiple times. About three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine times. That's how I feel. Okay, that's a text message. Okay. I woke up multiple times. I don't know how y'all are feeling, but everybody I encountered today, they were yawning, they were tired, they were dragging, just not feeling it today, wasn't feeling the vibes, y'all. I went and got an oil change. Y'all, when I tell you the service report that came back can put you in a depressive mode. Should I read off the list, y'all, the items when he came over there to talk to me? I don't even want to get into it. I went for a simple freaking oil change, y'all. It makes you want to cry every time you go to the service department. It makes you want to break down in tears every time they come into that lobby section. and they say Mr. such and such or Mrs. such and such, Mrs. Miss, here's the recommendations. And I don't know if they're doing this as a scare tactic, but I do know some stuff does need to be rectified on the vehicle. And you can only go but so far and so much before you have to tend to the items, y'all. But when I say everything is crashing down at one time, I don't I don't even know anymore. I just you know what? I feel like I just hold an umbrella over my head, and as it rains, let it pour, and I'll just try to shield myself the best way I can. That's all we can do at this point, y'all. Why do I have these glasses on? Because my eyes are tired. You see it too? My eyes are tired. So basically, front lower arm controls, both sides. For front lower arm controls, that's easily over $1,000. Okay, let's start right there. Okay, then he was like, "Oh, did you get the text message that we sent? Did you get the link?" No, I didn't get the link. I am sitting in the chair trying to decompress. They have massage chairs at the dealership, y'all. Why do they have massage chairs? Because they already know they're about to bring you some bad news about your vehicle. So then he goes on to say that something about sway bars. I don't even know what the freak they are, but that's part of the suspension apparently. And I knew the vehicle needed some suspension repair or some type had some suspension issues. I just knew it. I knew it. So I wasn't too shocked, but the amount that was it's a freaking commission check. That's what I need in my life right now. Then he goes on to talk about rear brakes. Keep in mind, I just got brakes put on the vehicle. I want to say, was it earlier this year? It wasn't that long ago. It wasn't that long ago. You said you can relate, Fox Galaxy. Um, Mentally and physically exhausted from your SAT test in high school. I was in, yeah, yep. I'm trying to treat myself right, but every time I try, it's like it keeps on. Yeah, I feel like it's an attack that is befallen upon people. So that's not it. Sway. So we're talking about sway bars or whatever those are, lower arm controls, rear brake pads. Oh, let's not forget the tune up. Okay. So that's basically when they change your spark plugs, and it does need that. I can tell because of the way it's driving. So I already had figured that part out, but that is supposedly over 600 and some dollars. Okay. So run it up, count it up now. So then it's some other stuff on there, y'all, but pretty much the total. The total that they pointed out was like $3,444. Y'all, I just can't. I can't. So you know what I did? I literally let me tell y'all what happened when I left the dealership. So I get to okay, so then he calls me and he tells me the vehicle is ready. So he was like, but he was like, if you want, we got the I think we got the brake pads already here. Did you want to go ahead and get that started? See, they try to like fast talk you into a service when you really weren't prepared to be spending money like that. So I was just like, I said, I'll bring it back because I really physically didn't feel like sitting there waiting any longer. I was ready to freaking go. Um, I got, you know what? I got in the car. Well, before I got in the car, I was standing in line. So the girl, the receptionist, she's like telling this guy and that's at the window, do you mind if I take her for a second? This lady behind you, can I go ahead and get her real quick? He steps to the side. She tells me, oh, there's no charge. She said the magic words to my ears, no charge. Okay. And this is not the first time this has happened at the dealership. She said, oh, no charge. She gave me the key. She said, you just have to sign right here. I signed my signature. Don't you know I left out of there with the quickness? I left out, I got that key and left. And I saw the service advisor walking through the dealership, and I could see through the clear window. I said, let me hurry up and get on up out of here. Went on up out of there. Yeah, I was supposed because I had gotten an oil change. And normally you have to pay for the oil change. Now, because there's an extended warranty on the vehicle, they cover $50 up towards the oil change. So normally that's what they do. Now, keep in mind, certain places will work with the warranty, certain places will not work with the warranty. I didn't know that because I was at Firestone the other day, so I'm thinking, okay, it's the same situation. I go in there, give them the information, they call it in, and basically the warranty company said we'll pay them on the spot, we'll just pay it over the phone. Well, they basically said they don't work with this warranty company, so I got the key and left out of there, and I just went to the dealership. So they pay for basically $50 of the oil change. Well, today I didn't pay anything, so I don't know what went on, y'all. I didn't question it. When she told me it was free, I got the key and left. I had to gather myself. I didn't know what to do. I was hungry. I needed something to eat. I hadn't eaten all day. I had some snacks. So I went over and sat in the grocery store parking lot, thought about it for a second. I was like, wait a minute, hold up. I got some stuff right here in the car that I bought earlier. Let me just go heat this up in the oven so I can eat because I didn't feel like cooking. Did that. Then I said, let me pull up this warranty so I can see what it covers because I think some of these components are covered under the warranty. Lo and behold, it does cover the lower arm controls. Thank God, because those are very expensive. If you've ever had to get lower arm controls replaced on your vehicle, and I have had to have that done, then you know that they are over $1,000 for your left and right front lower arm controls. Then I was looking, and I didn't know this, but they cover up to $140 for the brake pads. And I didn't realize that they also cover, I think it's like $20 for your wiper blades. And I just got wiper blades put on the vehicle last week because I had to get all four tires put on this vehicle and an alignment, y'all. It's just racking up. It's just racking up. Like it's just this is the cost of having transportation, y'all. And if you don't maintain the vehicle, guess what happens? You won't be driving. How do I know? Because that's what happens. So it's either you do it or you don't. And you have to. It's like one of those necessity things. You have to have tires. You have to have wiper blades. You have to get these components replaced for your suspension, right? So you just got to do what you got to do. Y'all, excuse me for a second because it's a lot to take in. A few weeks ago, was it a few months ago? I don't know if I told y'all, but the coolant kept being low in the vehicle. So I felt like this was not normal to see the temperature gauge going above half. So I pull over and I'm like, that's not normal. Basically, go put some coolant in there. Well, I called the dealership and they told me what type of coolant to put in there. So the coolant lasted for a little while, but then same thing kept happening. So over the course of maybe like 1 or 2 weeks, take it to the dealership. You know what they tell me? Oh, your radiator needs to be replaced. So when you look under the hood, all this greenish stuff that spewed all over the place, that was coolant being pumped up from somewhere. So luckily, y'all, the warranty took care of that, replacing the radiator, because that would have been, they paid like $745 for the radiator. And honestly, I can't complain too much because I drive so much. I'm all over the place so much that the vehicle has held up pretty well. It's just that it's now reaching the mileage where this stuff just has to, it's wear and tear. It has to be done. So I cannot complain. But it's all happening at one time, happening all at one time. Not just that, y'all, but it's other stuff going on, like outside of that. What else? What else? What else? What else? It's just other stuff, y'all, that I got a very urgent stuff that I need to take care of. Oh, and my dentist called because I was in the dentist office. I want to get Invisalign, y'all. So Invisalign, it has gone up significantly over the years. Now it's about $5,000 for Invisalign. And they're running a special this month. So they said that If I go and get it done this month, they will take $1,000 off. So that brings the total down minus $1,000. So that's another thing. It's just stuff. Like I don't feel like going through it all because every time I think about it, my stomach gets queasy, y'all. And like I've been feeling butterflies in my stomach today, and I don't want to feel like that. So it's all priorities, but all the stuff, everything is a priority right now. Do you know the pressure that it's a lot? It's a lot. People should not be living like this is what I'm saying under this type of pressure. It's always a car maintenance repair or some type of medical bill or some type of emergency situation coming up, popping out of nowhere, y'all, is what I'm saying. And I'm freaking tired of it. Not trying to complain because there are so many people going through so much worse, y'all. But if you can relate, please like this video, hype this video, share this video. Share if you care, y'all, because this don't make no freaking sense. I have never seen so many fires that I have to put out in one freaking month at all at one time, like towards the same part of the month. It's like, oh, and then this has to be done by this time, and this has to be done. It's like a deadline on every freaking thing. That's what I'm saying. It's just one thing after another. So it's just that. And then, I've been exhausted today. I just been tired because like I said, I kept waking up last night. I was up and then, so that's another thing. And plus the weather, I don't think that helped. But I said I'm going to come on here for F Your Feelings Friday, even though I am feeling very exhausted, drained, and tired. I'm still going to show up for y'all, and I'm still going to show up for the channel. So here I am, y'all. You will come out on top either way, love. I hope so. I really hope so, Angelic Warrior. Because I am exhausted. Okay. I'm exhausted, y'all. I just got to take a moment of silence just for me. Y'all, last night while I couldn't sleep, it popped up on my phone. I found out somebody in the city lost their lives May 21st at 2 a.m. fighting over a guy. She got SHOT in the chest, unfortunately. Beautiful girl. And when I looked at her, I said, there's no way that this woman should have been in that situation. You should see her. Let me see if I'm going to try to look her up. Now, I didn't know her, never met her. Don't think I've ever seen her before. But I want to show you. Let me see if she'll pull up. Hold on one second, y'all. What's her name? Her name is Taylor. Hold on. Here it is. Here it is. They're going to show you in just a second. And it's sad because I don't know if she had children or not. All right, I'm about to pull this article up and I'm going to share my screen with y'all. So this is what I do. Like when I think about all the troubles that I'm facing, all the stuff that I have going on, I always think to myself, somebody else has it worse. Somebody else is not around anymore. Somebody, they're not here to fight another day. We're still here to fight another day, y'all. So I have to look at it like that. Okay. Let me share my screen for a second. Okay, here it is, y'all. Woman accused of killing 38-year-old in Noda. So the girl, she was 38 years old, arrested in Alabama. She must have been, how in the world did she get to Alabama, y'all? That's what I'm trying to figure out. How did this woman get to Alabama? All right, so let me go ahead. Let's play this video.
35th Street. Again, this is a live look. You can see there is still a heavy police presence and the streets are blocked off. This is near several popular businesses like Cabo Fish Taco, Jack Beagles, and Zombies Pizza. Still unclear what happened or if there are any suspects. Of course, we'll keep an eye on this and bring you the latest as soon as we learn more.
When you get, they're always so vague, aren't they? But here it is. A woman has lost her life following an overnight shooting in the Noda neighborhood, okay, according to CMPD. And the suspect was arrested Friday in Alabama. So basically, they arrested this girl today that did this. How in the world is she? She must have been in a vehicle fleeing for her life, y'all, because she knew what she had done. Police say 38-year-old Taylor Silver was taken out in the shooting that occurred just after 2 a.m. on Thursday, May 21st. My question is, she was out on these streets on a Thursday. Y'all know how it is late at night. You got to be careful because there's a lot of bad things go on in the nighttime, y'all. And we've been having a lot of concerts. Lil Jon and Pitbull was just here the other night. Who else came out here? I don't know if y'all familiar with Don Tolliver or whoever that is. We just had Bruno Mars came last week, but it's been a lot of concerts and shows going on. But I don't think that's why she was outside like that. It says that in the heart of the neighborhood's business district, she was found with a G shot wound to the chest, y'all. Medic transporter Medics transported Silver with life-threatening injuries to Atrium Health Medical Center, where she did not make it. And this was confirmed around 5:30 a.m. This is terrible. On Friday, the suspect was a 26-year-old Adasia. Ooh, Adasia Yahel Coles. I want to see what she looks like. Was arrested by the police in Birmingham, Alabama. The Winston-Salem woman is being charged with MURDER and is in the process of being extradited. Ooh, back to the city. Authorities have not said what led up to the SHOOTING. Well, they said that they were fighting over a guy. Coles pleaded guilty in January to reckless driving to endanger out of Cabarrus County, but has no violent criminal history in North Carolina. Anyone with information can call. Y'all stop fighting over these guys, please. That's what I would strongly urge you. Please stop fighting over these guys. If you can help it, don't fight over these dudes because people are losing their lives. And while you're losing if someone loses their life, he's going to go on and live his life. I know someone that went through this. She was 33 years old, and actually she was one of my associates best friends, and they were talking about her on the reel. I think she had done Remy Ma's hair, but basically the gist of the story was there was an incident involving a guy, which I had seen him. I had been around him like maybe once or twice or something like that. But from the looks of it, he was just going around doing whatever he wanted to do. Words were exchanged. She went to the apartment complex. Her and this other girl had an altercation, and she ended up SHOT. And she had a son that she left behind, an 8-year-old son. I'm pretty sure by now he's a teenager, y'all. This happened just, I want to say August 24th of 2020, something like that. It was a terrible thing. So, ladies, you said you're Turkish and you speak English very fast. Oh, am I speaking too fast for you? Just be careful out here, and please, 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 stop fighting over these guys. They're not worth it. They're not worth it whatsoever. Okay? We gotta put it out there. I don't know if Gold Sugar or Melanated Chicks or the Golden Child or anybody's coming on here today or Soul of God. They're probably tired, to be honest, because people, like I said, people have been very exhausted today with this weather. I'll try to speak a little slower for you, okay? Um, that's one topic that I just wanted to touch on because I just kind of feel like, people are not taking their lives seriously enough. Put yourself first, ladies. Stop fighting over these guys. It's just not worth it. Also, I wanted to know, did y'all hear about the Epstein files? People are not going to be charged. You stopped talking with those people I used to hang out. Yeah, good for you. All right, so I don't know how true this is, but let me pull this up. This is some information that was shared with me, y'all. All right, this is according to Eddie Griffin. Shout out to Eddie Griffin, by the way. I like Eddie Griffin. Let me share my screen. You said, I understand things only partially, but I'm here to offer support since I have few views, viewers. Okay. UFKKK. I got you. How are you? Hopefully you're having a good day today. I'm going to share my screen, guys. Well, you get to see how crazy America is, okay? So this is what Eddie Griffin.
In the Epstein files. But I mean, you guys saw how fast they got R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, and Diddy. Not saying what they did was right, but so crime is legal now.
So if you got a few million, billion dollars, fame, and all that, you can kill a motherfucker. You can hunt live people on Epstein Island. You can cook little children, slice them up and eat them and serve them at a plate, and let that bitch Ellen DeGenerate allegedly eat all the children. Yeah, a box of pizza for everybody. This is America. Oh, they showing their true colors now. Yeah, they ain't hide behind no mask no more. They just coming out saying Q and Q. Voting rights, slavery's back in Louisiana. It's about to spread across all 50 states. Trust and believe that. It's go time, y'all. We at war, motherfucker. General Zot, reporting for duty. Shit. Ha ha!
So
the Department of Justice just announced they are not going to prosecute anybody with their name on the Epstein files.
U.S. government confirms it will not prosecute anyone in the Epstein files.
Y'all, how messed up can this be? How messed up can this be? You will not prosecute anybody that was found in the Epstein files. Okay, your name is Ufuk. Ufuk. I used to live around Turkish people. Y'all, isn't Turkey right beside Germany? I believe it is. There were a lot of Turkish people in our neighborhood. I think this is egregious behavior, and I feel that these people do whatever they want. They make up stuff and they break the rules. The rules only apply to like American citizens out here. You notice if any like American were to go and mess with children or do stuff to children, they would be held at the highest extent of the law. They would be held accountable at the highest extent of the law. But because these people are billionaires and they are major CEOs of companies and corporations and politicians, they have no ramification for their actions. And I think that's very unjust and very unfair. And I don't agree. Department of Justice. Hold on. I'm going to look this up. Will not prosecute. Let me see. Okay, according to Politico, March 11th of 2026, why the DOJ hasn't charged anyone else from the Epstein files list. They did not uncover evidence that could predicate and investigate. They're so full of ish, y'all. They're so full of it. Like everybody knows that these people, they do whatever they want. I'm really over it, to be honest. I'm over America. I'm over all of the rhetoric. I'm over the politics. I'm over all of like just the crookedness that goes on here, the injustice. I'm just tired of it, y'all. They civilized, domesticated us while they remained wild and uncivilized. Ain't that funny? And civilized doesn't mean moral or conscience. Yeah, exactly right. It's just so much stuff that has been populating on my feed, y'all. Let me see if I can show y'all what I found on TikTok. Well, actually Gold Sugar sent me this stuff from TikTok, y'all. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Where's my TikTok notes? I don't know if I see them anymore. So this is Bill Gates. Oh, well, before we get to that, let me show y'all what Bill Gates is into. Y'all want to know why the weather has been acting so strange? You know they're manipulating our weather. This is no secret. We all know it, right? We all have figured this out. Let me show you what Bill Gates is doing. Matter of fact, y'all follow me on Rumble. Even though I was trying to live stream to that platform at the same time, I want to get my Rumble accounts subscriber count growing over there. It's Living Legend TV. So look me up there, Living Legend TV, y'all. Okay, Living Legend TV. Okay, y'all. All right, now here we go. I don't know what some people are talking about. Listen to Tucker Carlson, y'all. Hold on. Let me share my screen so y'all can actually see this and hear this right along.
Look something like this. Thousands of planes would fly very high and use nozzles to inject millions of tons of light-reflecting particles into the stratosphere. It would create a thin chemical cloud of those particles around the whole planet, blocking some sunlight from reaching the surface. It would mimic a giant volcanic eruption, which we know cools the Earth.
Now, just to restate, Bill Gates is not God. Bill Gates is some kind of weird, socially awkward rich guy who lives in Seattle. He doesn't own the planet, but he's now changing the planet single-handedly. This is not just over his yard in Seattle. This is over your yard.
So I'm a pilot. I fly small planes. And I can just imagine what would happen if I decided to take a box of chemicals or dust or whatever up and bags of it and just hook up my plane to where I can just spew this stuff all over, as I'm flying along up and down the beach, crossing cities or whatever like that. And people look up, look at that. They take a picture of the numbers of my plane. They tell the airports who track my transponder. And when I get back down the ground, I wouldn't be hearing comments like, "Well, gee, Hawk, that's really controversial what you're doing." No, it'd be, "You're under arrest, asshole. That's criminal. What'd you think you were doing?" So besides all that, on a bigger scale, why would this crazy billionaire want to be doing that, blocking out the sun? No, historically, we've had things like famine when there's big volcanoes happening. Areas couldn't produce any crops. Animals died. People died. I guess it's a great idea if you're going to be the only one growing food in massive greenhouses or something. But yet, all the authorities are like, "Oh, well, yeah, it's highly controversial." Yeah. They're not scared enough of us. That's the problem.
By spewing calcium carbonate dust into the atmosphere.
Bill Gates is backing the first high-altitude experiment of one radical climate change solution, creating a massive chemical cloud that could cool the Earth. It's called solar geoengineering, and it's highly controversial. It would look something like this. Thousands of planes would fly very high and use nozzles to inject millions of tons of light-reflecting particles into the stratosphere. It would create a thin chemical cloud of those particles around the whole planet, blocking some sunlight from reaching the surface. It would mimic a giant volcanic eruption, which we know cools the Earth.
Now, just to restate.
Exactly. Now, why in the world do we need something like this to be happening on our planet, in our atmosphere? Why do we need that, y'all? You tell me, what is the point in this? To cool the atmosphere? It makes no sense. This doesn't make sense, y'all. Why isn't this crazed mad lab? He's not even a real scientist. Why hasn't someone locked him up by now? Y'all, please stop feeding your children McDonald's. Please stop feeding your children McDonald's. Understand that Bill Gates, he owns the McDonald's fries. I think he patented the McDonald's fries. This mad scientist gone wild, somebody needs to stop him, okay? Because we know he's trying to depopulate the planet, right? And if you don't believe me, just watch. No, okay? And McDonald's fries. I'm going to show y'all, okay? I didn't know this until Solar Guy told me about it. But yeah, there is a connection with him, and he has a bunch of farmland. It says the Gates connection. Through this investment firm, he owns land, including 100 circle farms in Washington state. These massive farms supply a portion of the potatoes used for McDonald's fries. I don't eat McDonald's. I really would highly suggest that you do not eat McDonald's. Um, we already know about, cloned meat. We already know about human meat. We know that some of my videos were taken down when I spoke about it, even though there was a guy that came on the video and he actually stated that this is what they're putting in the food. Okay. But they still took the videos down. So I wouldn't be able to talk about it. It would have to, it's on my Patreon channel. I don't trust any of it, y'all. And I see a lot of parents, they bring this stuff to the schools to their children. I saw the parents coming up there today with these little Happy Meal bags, these little McDonald bags, and they were happily, what's good, King Hazy? They were happily taking their McDonald's bags up to the school, serving that poison to their children. Please, if you love your child, if you love your loved ones, do not serve them the McDonald's Happy Meals, okay? Do not serve them the McDonald's Happy Meals, y'all. There are other food choices out there besides McDonald's. It doesn't have to be these Happy Meals. They call it the Happy Meal. We don't know what's in those bags. All right, y'all. Just a forewarning. Don't get mad at the messenger. All right. So, because people get real hypersensitive when you start, mentioning things and it involves their children. Oh, how are you going to tell me I feed my child what I want? Okay, well, go right along. Just like I'm sure a lot of these people gave their children the injection. All right, and we know how they get mad when you talk about those things. So yeah. I just wanted to get into some of the things that's going on out here, y'all. Degeneracy is celebrated. Degeneracy is rewarded. You got the Epstein files. They're not holding them accountable for that. You got Bill Gates acting like a mad scientist out here, basically playing like he's God. And then you got, what is this? Sports athletes celebrating and they're getting mad about it. Did y'all hear about this? Let's look into it, y'all. Let's look into it. This is the stupid stuff that they're worried about while the world is basically going through all of these things. This is what they are worried about. They're worried about the sports players' celebrations. I think this is the stupidest, dumbest thing. So you don't want the sports players to celebrate because why? You worried about F your feelings. Listen to this. Listen to this, y'all.
Me celebrating the same way that Nyan Brown was. By now, we know who Nyan Brown is. He set an all-time record in the state of North Carolina at the state meet with a 35.96 in the 300-meter hurdles. And after he won, he flexed at the camera, as he should, because he set an all-time record in a top 5 time in the U.S. And he got a warning for that. So since he got a warning for that, and he celebrated in the 4x4, and he looked at his hand, the 4x4 team got disqualified. But the Charlotte Observer, they posted photos of other athletes celebrating the same way that Nyan Brown was. And I'm here to tell you right now, we obviously know it's a double standard. And I'm not coming on here trying to race bait, but we can see what's going on in the photos, man. This even goes back to when Tom Brady was yelling on the sideline, and then Odell Beckham did the same thing, but they called Tom Brady passionate, and they said that Odell Beckham was a knucklehead in the locker room and he wasn't a team player. They label that as passion, but when certain people do it, they label it as ignorant. I don't like this. This kid right here set an all-time record. What you want him to do after having a top 5 time in the U.S. running track? This is basically an individual sport. It's you versus the person next to you. And obviously, he has blazing speed. Now, I know a lot of people going to come in the comments and say, man, he was warm before. You can't do that. Let's stop being soft. If you don't want him to do it, then beat him. All right? Damn it. So you mean to tell me it's photos of other athletes at the North Carolina State track meet celebrating the same way that Nyan Brown was? By now, we know who Nyan Brown is. He set an all-time record in the state of North Carolina at the state meet with a 35.96 in the 300-meter hurdles. And after he won, he flexed at the camera, as he should, because he set an all-time record in a top 5 time in the U.S. and he got a warning for that. So since he got a warning for that and he celebrated in the 4x4 and he looked at his hand, the 4x4 team got disqualified. But the Charlotte Observer, they posted photos of other athletes celebrating the same way that Nyan Brown was. And I'm here to tell you right now, we obviously know.
Y'all know what this is about. I don't even have to tell y'all. Melanated people, if you in the building, like this video. Y'all know what this is all about. I don't have to say anymore. We know what it is, right? Sad, but this is the ridiculous reality that we are dealing with, right? And they said the same thing for the NFL players that are in the like in the Super Bowl. Remember, they would go and they would do their little celebratory dances. They cut that out. They said they were no longer allowed to do that. That's the stupidest, dumbest stuff. And why? Because these people are sore losers because they can't beat them. Well, if you can't beat them, join them. Because this is just dumb, y'all. This is what they have to worry and focus their attention on. All this other stuff that's going on out here, and this is what y'all worried about. And you see how they make the rules and break the rules. This is what they are notorious of doing. How am I feeling? I am exhausted. I just talked about it earlier, King Hazy, but thank you for asking, by the way. And if that wasn't enough, let's look into some other stuff. Let's talk about why there are male biatches out here. So ladies, be careful. Hide your kids, hide your wife, okay? It's a lot of male biatches out here. They don't know how to step to a man. So what they do, they take their aggressions out on females when nobody's around and looking. And you're about to see one of these little biatches right here. Let's play the video.
Mr. Nigga right here. Yeah, that's your ass.
So you the one
I
like
want you the one like call people niggas.
You gonna
Call
call
me
your
call me one.
I bet you won't call in front of a black man like
I bet
that.
you won't call
In
me
fact,
no.
Let me help you. You call a black woman in the word, call me that.
No, call me that.
I dare you to do it. And I swear for God, I'll make you taste the ancestors.
Me too.
You a coward. Call that black woman the N-word. You a real coward,
Why
man.
would you
We'll
do
catch you
that?
inside.
Now go ahead.
Go right ahead.
Go ahead.
I guarantee you wouldn't do it in front of me.
Come on.
I know, in fact, I know you won't. Say the N-word in front of me.
Come on. Go on in there.
And I'll give you a taste everything for the ancestors.
Go on in there.
Say it in front of me. I dare you to say it.
What is your name?
It's Quanell X, but you'll learn it real well today.
Yeah.
Say it. I bet you won't say any word in my face. See, you talk to black women like that by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You intimidate black women by themselves. But a black man, you won't open your goddamn mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I dare you to say it.
Mm-hmm. That hearing aid.
I dare you to say it.
Mm-hmm. With that hearing aid in your ear and shit. Get your old ass out. Run around here with your bald head, little spot liver face looking. But I ain't playing with you.
So would you like to make a comment about what you said or about what happened?
I'm not allowed to make a comment as the president.
So that's really making a statement online or anything like that?
Who are you?
Well, you witnessed what happened?
There's a public statement online that is circulating. What I will say is I thank everyone for their support in coming today. My goal has been and always remains protecting my clients' rights and advocating for those rights. I believe the court should be a place of decency, respect, and integrity. And I am glad that everyone here today believes in those values and are standing in solidarity with those values. Thank you.
Took it upon himself to be a bully, to intimidate a black female in the courtroom. But when a black man got in his face, he cowered up, cowered down. You could not hear a rat piss on cotton. At the end of the day, this man's a coward, and we're not going to tolerate anyone bullying black females using the N-word and think he can intimidate them and frighten them, and those sisters don't have backup. No, we will rise to the occasion and send that bigot a clear, crystal message. Hands off of black females. We're not going to tolerate that.
And then, and one other thing in regards to by us being here in Brazoria County is a majority minority county now. So those times of lynching, those times of racist behavior, especially how so comfortable that he was in that courtroom, is over. We will no longer tolerate it, and we will rise to the occasion, and we will expose it, and we will shut you down. Oh, here we go. So, Mr. Nigga right here. Yeah, that's
all right, y'all. That's that. Okay. You can clearly see that, these people are just, there's no words for them. There are a lot of people. Let me take my glasses off and look at the camera as I talk about it. Yes, Angelic Warrior, hit the like button. As I speak on these matters, y'all, because it's really sad that we are still living in these times where we have these people that exist in society, but just please understand in the courtroom and in the judicial system and all around this nation, that man comes from a different era in time, if you call that a man, because he's really a coward, if you ask me. But there are a lot of cowards living in this world, and they feel empowered and emboldened messing with females, especially females that are alone and by themselves, because they feel that she is unprotected. They feel that she's neglected. So they feel that it's so easily to disrespect her, right? Just earlier, I had I guess it was an encounter. I don't even know what it was. Y'all, I was just driving home, minding my own business, and I already was kind of like out of it. So I was just hyper focused on the road and trying to get back to the house because y'all, I just had a very long day. So out of nowhere, I look on the corner of my eye and I see like this little Honda Civic. This guy looked like he was driving like this either dark gray or dark blue Honda Civic. So I look over and it looked like he kind of cracked his window and he was looking in my direction. And I thought maybe he was going to ask to get over in my lane, but it sounded like he was trying to be confrontational. And I don't even know why, because like I said, I was just minding my own business. So what I heard him say was, "Oh, you want to hit me? Something about I'll hit you. What did you say out of your mouth?" Something like that. So, you know how you're trying to process what's going on? So I'm like, clearly he can't be talking to me. So I look to the right and I see this Caucasian lady, and it looked like he couldn't have been talking to her because she was totally minding her business. I'm looking at all the cars over there. I didn't see anybody that he was having an altercation with, but he was looking in my direction. I'm like, well, who is he talking to? So he pulls off, he gets in front of the line, and he people are out here with real mental illness, y'all. Because for him to try to have an imaginary argument with somebody that didn't even acknowledge his existence until he made himself known, that lets me know the cowardice that are out here in these creatures called males, right? Now, this is why, ladies, I always say make sure you keep protection in the vehicle with you. Keep that heat. Okay, keep something with you because you never know when you have to use it, y'all. People are trying to bait us into arguments and fights. What do I look like trying to go back and forth in traffic when I'm already out of it and exhausted with this person in this Honda Civic, right? I'm sitting up here, you sitting down there. Like, who are you talking to? And it came out of nowhere, and I don't even know why. Because, like I said, my mouth wasn't even moving. I was so hyper focused on the road and just trying to get home. It's right now, I don't even know who he was talking to, but he was looking in my direction. Another situation that occurred, this was on the interstate. A Caucasian male got mad. One of these creature features got mad because he wanted to interject himself into my lane, tried to bogart himself and insert himself in front of me. And because I didn't negate it to let him in, oh, you fucking bitch. Like, what real male talks like that? So, first of all, you talking to me. You ain't talking to me. You know, you're acting all bold like that on the freaking interstate and stop and go traffic because you did not see anybody. There was one other person, but you didn't see the person in the vehicle. So you felt like I'm by myself. You didn't see a male figure in the vehicle. So you thought that this was okay. You see, they are cowardice. They are inherently cowards. They are inherently cowards, all of them. There was another encounter. I think I told y'all about it right in the neighborhood. I'm on my way to leave out the neighborhood. This idiot, and I mean, when I say this looked like a 6 foot, at least a 6'4" looking creature bear looking cave beast. Because if you see him, that's what he looked like, right? Oh, well over 234 pounds. Okay. He gets in front of my car. First, he illegally passes me, right? Gets in front of me, And then you know how the police cut you off, like they try to stop your vehicle in front of you. That's what this idiot did. So what I could have done, what I should have done, is put the vehicle in drive and rammed on the fucking gas. Y'all, excuse my profanity, because I could have done that. But he gets out of the vehicle, faces me to have an altercation in front of his son because he was trying to take his son to school. You want to have an encounter with a female in the neighborhood? I still got it all recorded and I have it all saved on my phone. And I say, keep talking, keep talking. One thing, females, what I want y'all to be very careful is be strategic with these assholes out here. Because, like I said, this cave bear coming from wherever he derived from, one thing you don't want to do is put yourself in a situation where you can be in harm's way. I remained in the vehicle because if I had to mash on the gas and ram that fucking ass, that's what the fuck I would have done, is ram that bitch. Child or no child in the goddamn car, because you shouldn't have pulled over with your child in the car trying to have a confrontation in the neighborhood. This is a residential area. Where did you bring your cave ass, beastly ass from in the first place? So it's just stuff like that. Very hostile, very aggressive when it comes to a petite melanated female. But if you had a group of melanated dudes in the vehicle, you wouldn't have been that assertive or aggressive. They are cowards, y'all. And you have to call them what they are. They're cowardice, cowardly, and they are cave beasts. They need to go back to the Caucasus Mountains from which they derive with this barbaric behavior. That's where they need to go. Angelic Warrior said hi. Yeah, so it's just very ironic that this is how these people are treating females out here. And since we're talking about that, we need to get into the whole topic of melanated females. Please set the precedence for how you deserve to be treated. Don't disrespect yourself. Don't put yourself on a lower level just because everybody else is doing it. Like, you see so much degeneracy going on out here that is now celebrated. And I don't like degenerate behavior. As a matter of fact, I basically separate myself from it. When people show me that they have these nasty attitudes, these aggressive, assertive, nasty behaviors, I try not to engage in it, because that's one thing that I cannot stand. And a lot of times, if you have a lot that you can lose by dealing with this type of behavior, then you think twice. People that don't have anything to lose, they don't think at all because they don't have anything to lose, y'all. That's why I said you shouldn't be out here fighting over a dude. Don't fight over any guy. If he puts you in a position to fight over him, he's not worth it. He's not. You shouldn't even have to fight, because that shouldn't even be a position that you should be placed in the first place. And that's why I said females are out here losing their lives over people. Fire versus water. I hear you, Angelic Warrior. That's what's going on out here, y'all. People are being disrespected. You got a lot of cowardly males out here. They are not men. Let's make that very clear. I don't care what their race or ethnicity is, but females, don't be out here, taking chances with these males. Oh, I had written some notes in here about some videos that I wanted to touch on, but I probably will post that in a different video, y'all. How y'all doing out there? Thank y'all for rocking out with me. We're going to have, what the crazy part is? Isn't this Memorial Day weekend allegedly? We're supposed to have the entire weekend of being rainy. I looked it up, y'all. How ironic is that? There was some stuff on TikTok that I wanted to show y'all, but I don't know if I can pull it up in my notes section, y'all. So I'm going to see here, because I don't even know if I can share it. Let me see if I can pull up my TikTok for y'all. Don't stress about running, that is bigger fish to fry. Exactly, King Hazy. Oh, I can't worry about these degenerates out here. Like I said, when you have more to lose than they do, you think twice about your life. These people out here, they don't even think twice because they don't really have anything to lose in the first place. Yeah, but I just wanted to touch. This is a video that just popped up out of nowhere. But this is a really good video that this guy, his name is King Kuru. This was shared with me by one of my colleagues. And if you don't know anything about King Kuru, Fox Galaxy said hi, y'all. King Kuru actually has holistic, what do you call them? Tonics for people. Okay, King Kuru has tonics for people. Let me play the video for y'all.
That relationship power that this ancestral reality gives us. Talk to the sister, brother.
I came in here 1 month ago. I was at stage 4 renal failure. That means my kidneys was failing. I was almost at stage 5. I went this morning and got my blood tested. I'm at stage 2 1/4 because this king right here put me on the herbs that I needed, and they cleaned out my lymphatic system. The doctors couldn't do that. Well, my ancestors and my king here did that for this king here. And I stand on what he did for me, and I want everybody to know, if you listen to the king, he'll heal you. The ancestors worked through him strong. My third eye brought me here. I drove all the way here from Chicago. I didn't drive around the corner.
He comes from Chicago.
And this brother has fixed me up. Now you have to listen to him and believe in him.
This brother is inherited of all the great gifts that my great-grandma, that your great-grandma passed down to us. I wear my grandma's crown, who's a healer on the earth plane. Ashe?
Ashe.
I didn't hear nobody say Ashe.
Ashe.
My grandma, your grandma is a healer on the earth plane. Ashe?
Ashe.
Open your damn mouth like you got a grandma. Ashe?
Ashe.
Speak this shit into existence.
Yes, sir.
We are risen people right now. Ashe?
Ashe.
All day long we stay strong. Ashe?
Ashe.
We got a great...
Okay, he made me say it because he felt it, y'all. Maddie Ice was good. You said they don't want to do that because they ain't making no money off you getting better. Yes, I know, Maddie Ice. We already know the propaganda. But yeah, check him out. His name is King Kuru. And he seems like a very powerful man. There are other people on his channel or on his TikTok page that actually have claimed that, you know, he has helped them to heal from their ailments. So I think this is something that we want to explore, y'all. Yeah, I think this is something that we could definitely explore. And I'm very open to stuff like that. Holistic healing, I feel like that's the best way to go. I feel like that is the ultimate way to go before any type of surgeries. If you can, try to do holistic healing, y'all. It is very powerful. As a matter of fact, here's my page, guys. If you want to follow me, BJB Clothing, this is on my TikTok channel right here. Okay, this is my TikTok channel. I haven't posted in a while. This is just some of my stuff, y'all. Go me. Okay, go me, go me, go me. Check me out, y'all. Check me out.
Shout out to Brown Girls Are Beautiful.
Yay! Oh, we got Tinkerbell in the building. Shout out to Brown Girls Are Beautiful all day, every day. Shout out. That was when they had the festival in the park. This was at.
Come on, Tanita, get on over here, girl. She got a beautiful business called Brown Girls Are Beautiful. Okay, so come a little closer. We're going to look right there, and then we're going to look right there, too, at the same time. But for one, first of all, introduce yourself, not us, because I know who I am. You know who you are? I'm Catrice Wright. My name was Pillow Talk. And you are?
My name is Tanita.
Tanita, you got a beautiful business. Y'all, we celebrating today. Brown Girls Are Beautiful. Y'all see that? Tell us what? Yeah, we got cheerleaders in the back. I know that's right. Yeah. Yeah, I know that's right. Say it loud. I know that's right. So tell us a little bit about your business. She took the mic.
Oh, can you all hear me? Because my voice is so like you all.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying not to yell. I apologize. My business is called Brown Girls Are Beautiful, BGAB. And if you check out my pamphlet, it talks about empowering the differences amongst the melanated queens out here.
Melanated queens?
Yes, because as we all know, the media has tried to portray us in a negative light. And what we're doing is we're empowering ourselves. We are representing the Golden Glowers, the Bronze Beauties, and the Caramel Cuties. And we're going to...
And tell me which one am I. But yeah, say that again. I like that.
We are representing the Bronze Beauties, the Golden Glowers, and the Caramel Cuties, and we're going to celebrate them all, okay?
Well, which one am I?
You could go for a caramel. You can go for
when I do my makeup.
You can be whatever you want to be.
Well, what you say? Because you're the professional of this melon type beautiful.
I feel like we're caramel over here.
Caramel beauty. Yes.
But you know, it's always up to your discretion.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. You got a King's collection too.
Yes, we're also celebrating our melanated kings out here.
Yes.
And so I just think it's so important, you all, for us to empower and uplift one another. I like to unify. I don't like for us to be divisive. And this really touched me because I've dealt with a lot of jealousy in my life. Yes, you all. I have a book that's going to be coming out talking about it. But
was it your hair?
it was my hair. It was the beauty.
Yeah.
It was the intelligence. And sometimes I think we get intimidated by one another because of our talents. So I think we want to celebrate our gifts.
No, I celebrate you, Queen.
I celebrate you all as well.
All right, y'all. That is just some of my videos. That video was actually taken when I first started Brown Girls Are Beautiful. That was like one of my events for the Juneteenth event. And y'all, I was actually to a point where I didn't even feel like getting up to go. And at the very last minute, I realized that I had paid to go to this event. I was kind of depressed that day. So that's why I really wasn't well put together. I just kind of put anything on and I made it out there in time. But guys, I was out there probably for maybe 30 minutes to an hour, and I had made about $138 or something like that. I can't always all the way remember, but if I had been out there for the entire day, I would have sold a lot more. This is me at the old office, guys. All right, everybody. It's the CEO and founder of Brown Girls Are Beautiful, and this young melanated queen, aka real estate queen. Right now we're at the office. What did I tell you I do? I deliver. We got Kohler Baker shirts in the building. And we about to go ahead and deliver these, y'all, for the Labor Day parade, okay? It's hashtag no days off. I do this in real life. Y'all, this is the office. This is where all the magic happens. And so we're going to deliver these into Nicole's office. Shout out to Nicole. Hope you feel better. Okay. Printed by the hands of a goddess, y'all. Signing out. All right. So those were just some shirts. So I do print for other people. This is what I did for one of my clients, a long-term friend, Lewis Legacy Investments. I did his shirts. My sister was here and now we went out to eat. This was one of the events that we had. And
we're at the Gastonia Juneteenth Festival, and here we have Miss Emily.
So I had that.
Shout out to PGAP Clothing. Yes, sir.
Y'all. Yeah, you know, just getting it in, you know, the way that we do. So yeah, it's a lot of good times with Brown Girls Are Beautiful, y'all. So check me out on TikTok. I will definitely. Oh, look, this is when I was taking my dance class. This dude right here. He's in Dallas, Texas, but he also makes music. Some of y'all might know him. He has a song called What Up, Unc? But yeah, these are some of my old videos. Like I said, I started Brown Girls Are Beautiful back in 2019, April of 2019 to be exact. And I didn't have any guidance, didn't know really what I was doing. But I'm gonna tell y'all something. If you start pursuing something that you want to do, everything will fall in alignment, it will fall into place. And I promise you don't have to try to guess how it's going to happen. It's going to happen on its own. This is me when I first was starting the channel, and I was just talking about walking in your divinity. So much for writing in, Sharice. Shout out to you. And she asked me, how do I go about expanding my brand? And what I would say is, if you're building a brand, you want to make sure that your brand stands beside or is a representation of what you believe. Brown Girls Are Beautiful. The title speaks for itself. I came up with that title because I felt that I wanted to empower the melanated female. I believe that Brown Girls Are Beautiful exemplifies inner beauty. Brown Girls Are Beautiful sets the precedence and the example that you can be educated, you can be well spoken and articulate, and you don't have to be silenced. You don't have to downplay your intellect. You don't have to downplay the fact that you respect yourself, that you're a woman of character and of value, and that basically you can be who you are and you embrace your inner beauty and you embrace your outer beauty. I feel that a lot of times we feel like we have to downplay ourselves so other people can feel better, but never dim your light. Always shine, because if someone can't stand beside you and shine along with you, then they don't need to be standing beside you. So Brown Girls Are Beautiful, the way that I expand the brand is by networking with other like-minded individuals, networking with people that believe in the same values that I believe in, and networking with people that I feel that I have good energy and chemistry with you all. Brown Girls Are Beautiful also expands by expounding upon the creative endeavors in which I wish to pursue, things that I have an interest in. You all know that I am very big on advocating for brown girls. We have our golden glowers, we have our bronze beauties, we have our caramel cuties, we have our sun-kissed glowers. We're just beautiful all the way around. And I think that one thing that Brown Girls Are Beautiful exemplifies is just embracing your natural beauty, embracing how you were born. If you're petite, if you are medium built, if you're more heavy set, all of us has a certain type of genetic DNA, and the way that you're built and the way that you have been sent here from the divine creators is how you were meant to be. And I don't think we need to reconstruct, okay, what was meant to be for us. So I don't think that you need to come and get plastic surgery on your body. I don't think you need to come in and wear hair weave to impress melanated men. I don't think you need to come in and have anything fake if you don't want it on your body to impress the likes of a guy, because if he really cares about you, that is not what's going to keep him in the first place. Because there can be any female that can go and build a body and get weave and get lashes and get pounds of makeup and make herself up. But if she does not exemplify and exude that love from within and have that charismatic energy that thrives within and have that passion and love for herself within, all of the things that she puts on the outside is just that. It's just decoration on the cake. But when you go and try to bite that cake, what if it tastes nasty, you all? So that's how I look at things. I look at things from the inward outward, from inside to the outward. That's what you want to work on. And once you start radiating inward, it's going to exuberate outwardly, you all. That's what Brown Girls Are Beautiful is about. It's about exemplifying all of these things that I speak about, knowing that you have your inner beauty, you have your outer beauty, and you can embrace the beauty of other like-minded women and other females. There's so much jealousy that goes on in the melanated community. I've been through so much of that in my lifetime. That's going to be in my autobiography, you all. And I see it also happening with the guys in the melanated community. And I think that really we need to stop, because we can't afford for these silly antics to keep taking place with all of these little arrogant shenanigans, these little egotistical behaviors that we see play out amongst the melanated community, you all. So, with all of that being said, how Brown Girls Are Beautiful expounds upon the brand is basically, like I said, taking interest in what I feel is important to myself and as the brand as a whole, and that means this being responsible in how I showcase the brand. I developed a platform for Brown Girls Are Beautiful on, of course, on this channel, but also on social media as well. So that's expanding the brand in its own way, but it's also basically exemplifying what I wish to portray for Brown Girls Are Beautiful, and basically making my brand stand for something that in which that I believe, that I feel that others can migrate to. So, like we always want to say, we celebrate our melanated queens, we celebrate our melanated kings, we celebrate our princes and princesses, and we walk in our divinity over here. Brown Girls Are Beautiful does not like to play in silly antics, and we don't have time for the little silly reindeer games, you all. Brown Girls Are Beautiful is she's that type of female that she walks in her queen status, she walks in her divinity, you all. So much for writing in Cherie. All right, y'all. So anyway, that just gives you some insight into what I was talking about back then. But like I said, that was the earlier stages of the channel. And this is when I had, oh yeah, this is when I first got the drone footage crash. So it doesn't have sensors to the side of it. So we have, and basically I'm just showing off the dress. This is my beautiful dress that I had on. And it's kind of like giving you a 360 view panning around me. And I was just out here testing the drone out. So yeah, I sold some of these dresses. I got some more to sell. But yeah, y'all, check me out on TikTok. It's some stuff on there. I don't be on there a lot because I'm very busy, y'all. But I definitely would like to get back into promoting and expanding, building on the brand. Thank y'all so much for your support. You said, well, you're doing an excellent job, so keep it the good work. Thank you. 7 years and still counting. Goodness. You said, all natural. Yes, I really promote natural. If we can, all your clothes are fly. Thank you, King Hazy. If we can be natural, I definitely say go the natural route. Not everybody feels confident enough to be natural. Like right now, I'm not wearing any makeup, y'all. I don't have makeup on. And I just feel like we need to start feeling like we're enough sometimes. We need to stop trying to always be so perfect, because being perfect on the outside means nothing if you feel like terrible on the inside. You know what I'm saying? I think it goes hand in hand though, because when you look good on the outside, you feel good on the inside. And when you feel good on the inside, you look good on the outside. It does go hand in hand. But I think we also need to be realistic in this world. And right now, thank you, Maddie Ice. But right now, like, we're living in such a fictitious society where everything is so hyper focused on the exterior. And I feel like, they talk about guys and they say, oh, well, guys, when they wear hats, they look better. And I never paid attention to that until my sister brought it up one day. This was years ago, y'all. And she said, pay attention. You ever recognize when dudes wear hats, they look better? And a lot of rappers wear hats. So I started paying attention to it. So I'm like, you know what? Because some of their heads don't look as big. Look at LL. He always wore a hat because his head is big, y'all. So usually they're trying to cover up either their big head or the fact that they have a receding hairline. So the hat plays a part in some of, their looks. So with females, I noticed guys, they came on and they were like, well, you get to wear makeup, you get to wear lashes, you get to have nails, you get to have, hair, fake hair, you get to have body enhancements. Like, you're doing all this stuff, but sometimes they feel like they want to see the real you, and that's not a proper representation. And then they do filters, like on social media, and filters on Instagram, filters on TikTok, filters on everything has a filter at this juncture. So even on your camera, there are built-in filters, y'all. It's crazy. And I just think that it's just getting too out of control, to be honest. I saw the other day, do y'all know who Nene Leakes is? Nene Leakes is, you say you wear hats, but you're not bald. It's okay. So y'all know Nene Leakes. They're saying that she got some type of surgery, and I didn't know that she actually had got any surgery done. Let's look her up, y'all, because she did. She got plastic surgery. Not saying that she looks bad, but she doesn't look like herself. So I'm going to show you this video real quickly. All right, I'm not bashing her at all, but it's just it gets to a point where why are we risking lives over plastic surgery when you don't need the surgery is what I'm saying. I don't think Nene Leakes needed a surgery. Okay, so this is, hold on, let's go back. All right, that's her in the hospital bed. It looks like they did something to her nose if you look right here. So if you know about Real Housewives of Atlanta, I used to be a huge advocate of Real Housewives of Atlanta back in the day, y'all. I never missed an episode, and then it just got played out. So I don't watch it anymore. I don't even have cable anymore. But this was like way back in the day. I used to faithfully watch it. So this is her. And, you know, she had her husband, Greg. He passed away due to cancer. Y'all, it's so sad. But this is the original Nene Leakes. Okay. This is what she originally looked like. Now, to me, this is the authentic her. I know we can see that she has makeup on. I feel like, you know, she looks realistic here. Then she turned around and had surgery. Okay. This is what she looks like now. Okay, look at her nose. So her nose does not look authentic at all. Her nose does not look like it fits her face, y'all. It looks unnatural and unreal. You said, I remember randomly bumping into your stream about YouTube scammers. And when I saw, I subscribed so quick because I love this type of vibe. Thank you. So this is her now. And all I'm saying is do what makes you happy, but I don't feel that it should be it shouldn't be to a point where you are putting yourself at risk for beauty standards. I don't think it's necessary. I don't think people should be getting their teeth pulled out and putting veneers in their mouth, y'all. I don't. I think you should be happy with what you were blessed with. You said it does not look better. She thinks so. A lot of people think she looks really nice like that. So these are her veneers. And you can see that I don't know what's going on over here. I think these are her veneers. I'm not sure. Not to be all up in her mouth, but as you can clearly see, nobody's teeth is naturally that white. See, she's talking about teeth. And listen.
With her new megawatts,
I remember that.
during 3 different visits where he put porcelain veneers on her top and bottom teeth, increased the length of her teeth, and whitened her smile. Needless to say, Nene was thrilled with the results.
You need to get your motherfucking teeth fixed. How about that? They're done. They're done.
With her new megawatt.
This is the stuff that they're arguing about. So you see, it's all about vanity. It's very vain. And like I said, if people don't harbor that inner happiness from within, it doesn't matter how much you get work done to your body, you're still gonna be that same person that feels like you got to keep fixing stuff. She said she didn't love her nose. You know, there are people out here that have a lot of things going on with their health. Can't breathe, might not be able to breathe. But she's out here fixing her nose, y'all. Look at this.
Episode of Atlanta Housewives, Nene admitted to People magazine that she was a bit vain and was in need of a tune-up.
It's sad, y'all, that it has come to all of this. So this is part of the reason you prefer natural. This is part of the reason why I advocate for Brown Girls Are Beautiful, because I feel like it's a need for it out here. Everything natural, even your homemade soaps. Yeah, homemade soaps are really nice if you have the time to make them and do that. I actually go and get it's like the soaps that you can get that are made like in Italy and like Portugal and stuff like that. I like those soaps. And then also you can get the African soap. Everything natural. Yes. Natural is always the best way to go, especially with our food, y'all. The food source is always the best way to go, especially if you're talking natural. Yeah, I'm not too fond of the lighting in here tonight. I don't like it. A lot of times women don't understand a man will be delighted with the things that they don't like about themselves, King Hazy says. All right, well, we need to put that comment up here because a lot of females are very, I feel as though that they're insecure about themselves because I feel like he said, I am blessed, none of that for me. I feel like females compare themselves to things that they're seeing in social media to the point where they feel pressured to look a certain way. And it's to me, it's gotten oversaturated. We all know about the Instagram models. We all know about like the thought trots. Everybody has the same BBL. Everybody has the same lace front wig, the same baby hair that they're pushing to the front. Y'all know I come on here and well, don't look at me right now because I told y'all what happened. The humidity in the rain got on by my hair. But like all of that, trying to have the baby hair pulled to the front, it is too much. I wish somebody would tell him it's not necessary. Y'all, it's just it's overly done. It's just too much. The tattoos, all of that. Not for me. But a lot of people are into that because they want to fit in. And I feel like if you have to try to fit into a crowd of everybody else, where is your uniqueness? What is unique about you? Why can't you stand out in a crowd? You said stop, King Hazy. You stop playing. As frizzy as this stuff, my hair is frizzy as I don't know what. I literally came from outside, from out of the rain. And this is what you got going on right here. Bushy. But it's all good, y'all, because I like to show people the reality of what a real person looks like. All right. It's not always well polished. It's not always going to look perfect and this and that. People are out here living real lives. I just told y'all I went through a tremendous setback when they told me about the car maintenance. That was bad enough, y'all. Bad enough. Put my shades back on. Put my hater blockers on, y'all. Yes, indeed. But like I said, follow me on TikTok. That's BGAB Clothing. Brown Girls Are Beautiful. It was some other stuff I wanted to talk about tonight, but like I said, I can't pull it up on my notes on my laptop. You a trip, King Hazy. So maybe I'll save it for another day. Oh, by the way, oh, thank you, Matty Ice. By the way, did y'all know that right now we're in Taurus season? Y'all know Janet Jackson just turned 60, y'all. Did y'all know that? Come on, baby, let's get away. Ooh, let's save our troubles for another day. Y'all remember that? That was the Escapade album. Escapade, we'll have a good time. Leave your worries behind. An escapade. So don't hold back. We'll have a good time. Any plans for the weekend? Yeah, we'll make the rules, and as we go along, we'll break them all if we are not having fun. Come on, baby, let's get away. Save our like I'm telling you, that album was a freaking classic. I remember those songs. Here she is, y'all. This is Janet at 60. So much fun. I'll be the girl of his dream. Oh, let me turn it off because I don't think I can play the music though. But yeah, this is her. I think I told you I saw Janet. She came here back in 2018. So how long ago was that? 2018. What year is this? 22. Oh, that was 8 years ago. Goodness. Yes. So I saw her. She came, she did a performance. It ended kind of fast, but yeah.
Years flies. Yes, it's really good. To Gary, Indiana. Yes.
Okay, I don't want to play her music. But yeah, there she is, her short self. You said another beauty. You gave her a rose. Oh, you were dancing to Janet. Yeah. Got to see her. One of the Jacksons in person. Never got to see Michael, y'all. Now, Michael would have been something to see because look, my mama told me Matter of fact, I got a shirt when I was a toddler. I got a Michael Jackson shirt on this picture, and I didn't know it, but my daddy and my mama said that when I was a toddler, I was a Michael Jackson fan. And my daddy was like, he said, "Who do you love more? Who do you like more, Daddy or Michael Jackson?" And I was like, "Michael Jackson." You would have loved to see him in person. Me too. And since we're talking about Michael, y'all know that this Michael movie has been the talk of a lot of platforms, and all at school in the hallway. I hear these little children, because fourth grade, they weren't around when Michael was alive. So, but they know about Michael. They up in the classroom talking about some hee hee. I'm like, what? What? Just a few years ago, I want to say 1 or 2 years ago, it was this, was it third grade class? This third grader. And I have the footage saved on my phone. He had a Michael Jackson book signed by Michael Jackson, autographed by Michael Jackson. He brought it to school. He showed it to me. He had the cassette tape. What else did he? He had some memorabilia. And then he would even do the spin and the kick. This little Hispanic boy, he was a Michael fan, y'all. So before we went home, we were about to get on the bus and they were about to go home. I let them play Michael Jackson music in the class. They had so much fun, y'all. I was like, what does this boy know about Michael? Michael has transcended so many generations. That is unheard of. And I don't think any other entertainer is ever going to touch the magnitude of a Michael Jackson. I'm just being honest. Like everybody on every continent knew who Michael Jackson was. Every continent. You couldn't go anywhere. That man was more famous than the president. I would have liked to see him in person as well. Yeah, that would have been nice. And the way they did Michael, it is so unfortunate that he's not here. This industry doesn't care about anybody. You saw him, King Hazy, in elementary school? Oh, you did? Oh, so you played Michael in a talent show in elementary school. I bet that was interesting. Do y'all have any footage of it? There will never be another Michael, never ever. No, and that's what Jermaine Jackson, I think that's what he said. There'll never be another one. He's influenced a lot of artists. Like, he influenced Chris Brown, he influenced Usher, he influenced Neo. How do we know? All you have to do is look at their dance moves. They move just like Michael. They do. It's a shame what they did to that man. It is a shame. It is a shame, y'all. All for the love of money. Gotta make that money, man. What y'all know about Bone Thugs and Harmony? All right, so my light has officially gone out. All right. Did y'all hear hold on. Tucker Carlson talking about Michael Jackson. I didn't even know he talked about Michael Jackson. Did y'all know that? Y'all, I hear thunder in the background. I might have to get off here. Tucker Carlson. Do y'all listen to Tucker Carlson? I was watching, okay, so I can't pull the clip up that I was looking for, but I was watching Tasha K. Now, you all are familiar with Tasha K, right? Tasha K was saying that Tucker Carlson was revealing that he went to one of these Masonic parties and that Jay-Z was there, but Jay-Z is higher up than Tucker Carlson. And he was talking about the fact that they believe in certain entities that may not be human-like. It was very interesting. If you get a chance, I would check out that video with Tasha K where she plays the clip, because I can't find the clip. I don't know where the clip is. You said you hope it's redacted like the Epstein files? What's redacted? Oh, I do once in a while. Matty Ice. Okay, yeah. I think he's interesting to listen to sometimes. I'm trying to find this clip where he's talking about Jay-Z. Let me see. I might be overlooking it. His father was in the CIA. That's not surprising. You know who else? I think Anderson Cooper is a part of the CIA, and I used to like watching Anderson Cooper. I know he's GAY, but I always thought he was a nice looking guy. Yeah, but I mean, I found out that he's GAY, y'all. Nothing against those people, but I'm just saying. Back during the Nancy Grace times, y'all remember Nancy Grace? She couldn't stand OJ. She had it out for Michael Jackson back in the day, y'all. Y'all remember her? So I can't find the clips that I want to show. Gotta make that money, man. For the love of money. Y'all, is there anything y'all want to talk about before I sign on out of here? I promise y'all I will try to come back on here. I need to tone it down and zone it out or something, because all I keep thinking about are those expense repairs for the maintenance on the vehicle. Like every time I look around, it's like that invoice keeps popping up in my head. I feel like I've been traumatized. I really do. But it's gonna be okay, y'all. Because like I said, you just gotta relax, relate, release. Y'all remember A Different World with Whitley Gilbert? There was an episode when they were like, relax, relate, release. Dwayne, y'all remember that? Those were the good old days. And I really like wish I could go back there. What's wrong with the vehicle? Man, so Matty Ice, they talking about lower arm controls, a sway bar or something like that. Sway bars, I think he said. More rear brake pads, ironically. And those are the main things. The whole thing came to like $3,400. That's what's wrong with me. You said what's wrong with the car. That's what's wrong with me. Yeah, but the vehicle, I mean, it's driving, but and it needs a tune up. The spark plugs need to be changed. I definitely need to get that done, because that makes the vehicle sluggish and it's not, performing like it should. And I knew that was coming up anyway. If your car new, it should be under warranty. It's not under warranty, King Hazy. This thing ain't, but it does. There is a warranty on it, and I have to hurry up and use the warranty before it's too late. Listen to some nice relaxing. I do every single day when I get in drive. I listen to instrumental jazz music. I don't even really listen to music. I listen to instrumental jazz music a lot, like every day. It does have a warranty, but the warranty, either this is how they do it. So it's got like another year, or either it goes by the vehicle mileage. So whichever one comes first. And ironically, I only have like a few hundred more miles before the extended warranty expires on it. And I just checked that today. I really thought it was out of warranty because I got nervous at the when I was at the dealership. But luckily, if I can get it done within that time frame, then it should cover the lower arm controls, and they cover up to $140 for the brake pads and some other stuff. Don't let them milk you. I'm not King Hazy. Never did, never will. Listen to some nice, relaxation music is always the way to go. But y'all, this has been an episode of Brown Girls Are Beautiful. Y'all, I've been on here for an hour and 30 minutes. I think y'all enjoyed me. I didn't have my special guest in the building today. I sent them the link. They never popped on. And guess what? We gotta get on Miss Melanated Chicks, because she's the one that called me while I was on the road going to the dealership. And she was like, girl, what are we talking about today? And I was like, whatever you want to talk about. And she said, yeah, she knew what she wanted to talk about. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna send you the link. I sent her the link. She ain't never hop on. She ain't never pop on. You see how they do me? You see how they do me, y'all? It's okay, Matty Ice. You can rewind it back, or I'll be on here again. But yeah, I'm just trying to keep the FO Feelings Friday going, because for a while I backed off of it because I had been so exhausted that I had stopped doing FO Feelings Friday. And this is something that I started a while ago, y'all. There was a point in time when I never went live on YouTube, ever, 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 ever. And now that I've been going live on YouTube, y'all have gotten spoiled because y'all liked for me to go live and you don't really like to watch my videos. Y'all, what's wrong with my videos? Good night, young lady. Gute Nacht. It's all right, y'all. So it's 9:18 p.m. I don't want to keep y'all too late. I heard a little thunder in the background. I'm really going to try to relax myself, to be honest, because I feel like, I've just had a lot going on, y'all, mentally and everything else. But yeah, I appreciate y'all. Please make sure you like, share. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. I might not be for everybody. Maddie, thank you for, checking out all my videos. And I'm not trying to force feed you. Okay. I hate when people do that. Like they try to force feed somebody something they don't want to see. I will get irritated and I will just let YouTube know, do not recommend this channel to me again. That's what I'll do. Especially when it's degeneracy, you know, hence the video title. And I wanted to get deeper into that. Why is degeneracy celebrated so much? We didn't even get into that topic. You look forward to them every day. Well, thank you, Medi Eyes. Look, you know how to really what's the word? What is the word I'm looking for, y'all? What's that word? I can't think of the word, y'all. That's how you know I'm tired, because I can't think of the word. I can't even think of it. But thank you, Maddie Ice. I appreciate you. I appreciate you all. Y'all be getting so irritated sometimes with YouTube. I really do. But that's why I said I'm on Rumble. And I was supposed to be going live on Rumble. I couldn't get it to work. But that's all right. Nothing's going to stop us over here. Okay. I will definitely try to be back on later. If I have strength and energy, sometime this weekend, maybe tomorrow, maybe we could do Sunday rendezvous or something. Monday, I'm off. So Monday, I'll have more time to spend with y'all. But like I said, it's pretty much going to be rainy here the whole week. So I don't think I can do outdoor videos in the rain like that, because it's going to be wet and rainy. I did cut my backyard, y'all. Let you know the word later. All right. Yeah, Maddie Ice. It just what is the word that when you basically butter someone up and make them feel good? Make them feel good about themselves by giving them compliments. What's the word for that? Because I can't think of it, Maddie Ice. What's that word? I know you know, because I can't think of it right now. My brain is exhausted. What is that called? They say you're trying to butter me up. I don't know the word for that right now. I should Google it. Y'all, I feel so, this is terrible. I'm going to Google it, y'all. What is the word? Is a word for, this is terrible. Don't do this at home, boys and girls. Look in the dictionary. Flatter. Flatter is the word I was looking for. Angelic Warrior got it. Yeah. You know how to flatter people, Maddie Ice. That is exactly right. Flattery. That's what you're doing. You're a flatterer. You got to watch out for those people that do stuff like that. They like to flatter you because that's all part of their little spider web. The little web of what they do, y'all. Only for you though, you a trip. Y'all are too much in the comment section. I'm gonna try to charge up these lights, y'all. I probably, you know what I should do? Good night, Angelic Warrior. I should get like a really, really massive ring light just to put overhead so my lights don't go out. Because I got one ring light here, one ring light over there, but it's off, and this other light went out. But if I just had one ring light overhead, I wouldn't have to worry about all of this. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and sign out of here. I'm going to let y'all tend to yourselves and tend to your night. I hope you have enjoyed your time with me here. I know I've been all over the place, but at least we had a chance to converse and to talk. So thank y'all again for all your support. We'll be back for another episode of F Your Feelings Friday, and I hope to see you guys back on here maybe tomorrow, Sunday, or Monday. We'll see. All right. More than likely, you're going to see me. So anyway, y'all have a good night. I'm signing out. Remember to always walk in your divinity, celebrate yourself, and until next time, you all stay blessed. All right, y'all, I'm signing out. Auf Wiedersehen, y'all. Gute Nacht.